Before a job, you can test your gaps in a workshop with very simple steps as communication, transmission, reception, also the octants nano check, and GPS input and output. First, I will show you the communication. Communication can be done very simply. You connect to the gaps, you enter the IP address, and you verify that you have communication with the web MMI. If you have all menu and if web MMI is available, then communication is okay. For the transmission, you just do the start tracking and you verify that you can hear the gaps pinging. I will just set a transponder here. Be sure you are in transponder mode here to be sure that you will listen the gaps. I do start tracking. And we can hear the gaps every 1 second. This is the recurrence. Then everything is okay. Now I would like to do more, and I would like to check the hydrophone status and the noise status. For doing that, I cannot let the gaps ping in the air, as it can damage the central transducer. Then, in the setup, I will set my transponder, my test transponder. I do not need a position, but I need it to be in responder, main responder. That means I do not interrogate this fake transponder by acoustic. I interrogate it by electrical signal. Then I won't make ping the central transducer, but I can read a noise level. Then I say OK. I go back to the main page. I do a start tracking. And now I go in navigation data. In navigation data, under acoustic menu, I can see that the tracking is on. And here I can see a mean noise level, and I can see the noise levels on the 4 hydrophones. What is important to check here is the global noise level. In the air, 32 dB is a normal value, and the difference, the noise difference between all the hydrophones. In general, we do not accept noise difference more than 3 or maybe 5 dB in the air. Here we can see that the noise level on the 4 hydrophones is quite similar. So everything is good. Now, I would like to know if each hydrophone will react to noise. To do that, I can slightly tape on the hydrophone and see if the noise level will increase. For example, I will do H4, then I slightly tap on it, and I go under the web MMI, and I saw that the noise level has increased a lot on the hydrophone. We can redo the same on another hydrophone, for example, H1. And I can see on H1 that the noise level was really higher to the other. So it's okay. Keep in mind this noise value will be really important during your survey. And always check it during the survey in case of, for example, bad positioning or lot of jumps. If the noise level is very high is around 90 dB and 100 dB is very high, this will really impact the quality of your positioning. It will decrease the accuracy and it will decrease also the maximum range. So always check during your job if your noise level is in good conditions. As we said in previous presentation, the noise level can be impacted by thrusters, by water discharge, bubbles, if it's too close to engine, for example, on the vessel. So this is really a big point to verify before a job in the workshop. Check all hydrophone, check the value, check the difference between each hydrophone, and then when you are on the job, check the general value of the noise. Okay, this is one step of this workshop test. The workshop test is done. And if you want to have more information on the steps and how to run it, it's well described in the user manual. It's really a useful way to test your full system before sending it on a job or on any destination. So really don't hesitate to use it. For the attitude monitoring, we can check the octance nano, which is inside the gaps. There is a dedicated IP address. You enter the same IP address, and then you write just after INS restricted area control. Then you access to the octance nano, which is inside the gaps. Keep in memory, this is just for visualization. Nothing can be changed inside, as this is set for the gaps use. But if you go in navigation data, then you can find all the feather from the octants, including the external position. You can check that you well receive the GPS and that heading, roll, and pitch are correct. Before or after a job, it's also very important to save your configuration, especially if you did all your setup. You can come in Setup, Setting Management. Then here you can save everything or only the transponder setting if you want to reuse after only the transponder settings. I will do full settings, save. Then you can save it on your computer. After, in the same page, you can load also a configuration file that will set your gaps exactly as in the configuration setting file. This is very useful also to prepare your job or to remind how to do on different vessels. You can also verify and check that you are well outputting data. You can do it with Delphronmap, of course. You can also simply use an hyperterminal. Then you go in Output under Installation menu. You can select, for example, data light protocol at 1 Hz. Then you set any hyperterminal you want with the same port parameter, and you can check that you well receive the data light protocol and verify that the system is well running. If you want to optimize your subsea global positioning, we can come back on the XBlue ecosystem. For example, we can add Rovins as the Rovins Nano, and the gaps position from the beacon will be sent inside the INS and will improve the INS navigation. Also, you can add a Ramses, and a Ramses, for example, with the LBL field. And you can use also Canoplus sensor, and on that sensor, the very particular feature we have is telemetry. Then you can ask for some telemetry measurement and recover it, or on gaps or on Ramses. And all these sensors are ready and share same web MMI, same environment, and communicate each other. And all this information will be added and will really improve your subsea navigation. And now, how to do if you lost your gaps IP address? It's very simple. Just connect a serial cable to one on the 4 output of the box. Then you have to power off the box and the gaps. You configure an hyperterminal on your computer using the parameter for the speed 115200 and no parity, 8-bit, 1 stop. Then you power on the gaps and the box. At the startup, you can read under the hyperterminal the gaps IP address. Very simple. Okay, sometimes you can have some adventure on the field. So what to do with a damaged hydrophone? The diagnosis of a damaged hydrophone is a noise value very low compared to the other, or no value. In that case, no issue. Simply go in the web MMI, and in options here, you have hydrophone disabling menu. In this menu, you can choose to disable the hydrophone which is damaged. For example, H1 is very damaged, so I will disable it and save this new configuration. As the gaps has 4 legs and 4 hydrophones, you can continue and save your survey by using the 3 other hydrophones. And really, it will save your survey. And when you are back at the office, you can replace the damaged hydrophone by a spare leg. It's very simple to do, and there is a very clear and step-by-step procedure in the manual that explains how to remove the leg and how to install a new leg. The main point is that after replacing the leg, there is no calibration need. There is only a new offset to enter in the web MMI, and this offset is delivered with the leg documentation, but is also written directly on the hydrophone. Then you go in the web MMI, in antenna calibration. You can see there is 4 values here, and there is only the new value of your new hydrophone to enter here. And now you're ready for your next job. If you need some spare parts, so you can go directly to our XBlue website. Then on the website, you go in store. You can access to our XBlue store online. And here you select acoustic positioning system, and you can find here all very useful items you can need before any job. Don't forget that you can change your recurrence during your survey. Even if your beacon is already deployed at sea with some settings as 0.8 seconds for the blanking time, you can increase your recurrence to 10 seconds and check if it improves the positioning quality. It will work as it is. Okay, this video is finished. I hope you enjoy it, as we enjoy a lot to do it. I hope also you've learned some tips and tricks with us. Don't hesitate to contact us by phone, by email, for any question on your job, on your installation, on your setting, on your result or data analysis. We will help you, of course, at any time. Even if you have some philosophical questions, we stay at your disposal. So now I will be back to La Ciotat office, and I hope to see you soon in La Ciotat or anywhere.